Hello, anyone not still living in the 1970s? We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, we are here today with episode number 29 of the Chris Horn Career Mode here on Tiger Woods Tour PGA 13. And we are here with round number 2 of the Masters. In round 1, we shot 6 over. Really, that was a large contributor to that was a quadruple bogey on hole number 7. And so we got some work in front of us to make the cut. And I have decided that instead of just live streaming this, I'll just record it and then upload basically the full round. So these videos will still be pretty long, but they won't be really live stream recordings. And also that just helps, I think, with the sound quality. It sounds a little bit better just when it's done post everything. But we've said going into this round that we think we need to shoot 4 under at least to be able to stick around for the cut. I think the cut will end up being 2 over, maybe 3 over. It's top 60 in ties, I believe, that make it. And so, we're just hoping to play well enough to stick around on the weekend. Our first shot will go into the fairway, a nice long drive, and then we're trying to get close, and that approach shot will indeed do just that. We're in great position here for a birdie on hole number 1, 6 feet to the pin. Alright, now lining up for the birdie putt. And Chris Horn will indeed make it, so he birdies the opening hole. He's now 5 over for the tournament, 1 under on his round. That moves him into a tie for 83rd at the moment. We believe Horn is in one of the earlier groups today, and so, he's about midway through. There will still be several groups to follow him, I do believe, because he started later in round 1. Now we approach the par 5 second. And this wind is looking like it'll be a problem pretty much all day. A nice drive though, right down the middle of the fairway. That'll travel 280 some yards. Finish at 287. And so we could take a driver and try and get it onto the green in 2. And that may be what he attempts to do. Lining up his shot. And it's got a chance. I think it'll be short and into the bunker though. And indeed it is. He comes up just short of getting it onto the green and it taking a hop. He's got to try and clear this bunker now. And that'll get in close. It'll be another birdie chance on hole number 2. That's also a 6-foot birdie putt coming up. And we will see if Horn can make it and go 2 under on his first 2 holes. And that's going to hit the bottom of the cup. 2 under through 2 holes, 4 over for the tournament. And Chris Horn making some moves here early in this second round. Taking a look at the leaderboard. Tiger has the solo lead. He's got a 2-shot lead right now. He's 5 under for the tournament through 3. Lee Westwood, Matt Kuchar, and Louis Oosthuizen are some other big names on the leaderboard right now. Horn's looking to try and make a move to join them. Not really, but just get close to striking range. Looking to make his move and solidify his position safely in the cut line. He's got a good start to the day with 2 birdies in his first 2 holes. Now he's got 60 yards to the pin right here. His shot is going to come up short. Not really sure what happened there, but now it's going to roll down a bit. And so Horn in a little bit of trouble here on hole number 3. He's going to have to try and chip this up. And again, he's going to hit it short. That barely gets onto the green, if at all. And he's still on the fringe, now putting for par. And Horn is in danger of dropping a shot here on this third hole. And the par putt's not going to be good, so he's got a bogey attempt upcoming, going to drop at least one shot here. But really just got to focus. He said prior to the start of his round as he does make the bogey putt, so he will drop one shot, still 1 under on the day. 5 over for the tournament. He's back into a tie for 83rd. But Horn said coming into this round that he believed he could play well enough to gain some shots back and get into position to make the cut. He just needed to avoid the really bad mistakes and the really bad holes. And so that just requires a lot of focus, he said, just making sure he's focusing every single shot and not letting mistakes pile up. And this is going to be a good tee shot here on the 4th. He's going to find the green, going to leave about 18 feet for a possible birdie attempt to get back to 2 under for the round. But this looks about straight. And so this is a fairly easy putt. We'll see if he can make it. And that's going to find the bottom of the hole. So birdies on 3 of his first 4 holes, and Horn is 2 under for the round still. Up to a tie for 76th. He's 4 over. Tigers extended his lead. He birdied the 5th. Now he's 6 under. Got a 3-shot lead over Lee Westwood and Jonathan Bird. But up next comes the 5th hole here for Horn. He birdied, like we said, he's birdied 3 of his first 4 holes. He bogeyed hole 3, which is why he's only 2 under for the round right now. A nice solid drive there on hole number 5. Leaves 196 yards to the pin. And a good guess would be he's just going to try and get this safely in the middle of the green. Worst case scenario, take a 2-putt for par. And the wind's going to push that a little bit, but it's still going to be, a puttable distance. He could easily 2-putt from there. Leaves 30 feet for a birdie. More realistically, just trying to get close for a possible 2-putt. Although this break is not bad and he could possibly give it a run. And the putt is on its way. That's got a chance. That's going to find the hole. A 30-foot birdie on hole 5 for Horn. And now he's 3 under on his round. Back to 3 over for the tournament. And he said he thought he would need to shoot 4 under. He's 3 under through 5. We'll see if he can sustain this hot start. As he has birdied 4 of his first 5 holes with only a bogey on the 3rd. The only blemish so far. This wind here for hole number 6, the par 3, is going to be a little bit tricky. Trying to judge how much the wind will affect this. And he seems to have it about right. That's going to take a hop, get onto the green. And that's going to roll off of the green. It caught the slope and it's going to roll all the way down. Which might even be better because now he can chip, try and get closer for a par instead of possibly putting and, really misreading a putt and leaving yourself in a worse position than you started. So the chip is going to be, that's going to be in there close. He's got 6 feet left to save par. We'll see if he can do it. But a really nice start to this second round for Horn. 4 birdies in his first 5 holes, 3 under already on his round. He will drain the par putt. And so he doesn't give any shots back, remains 3 under on his round. Westwood birdies 5, Tiger bogeyed 6, parred 7, so it's a 1-shot lead. Tigers 5 under, Lee Westwood 4 under through 5. Jonathan Bird in solo 3rd at 2 under. He has yet to tee off. Well, Horn is very excited to be back at Augusta. He qualified. He just got into the top 100 rankings. He's right now, 96 maybe, I think. So he's in the high 90s. He was close to that cutoff line of breaking the top 100. As he's here on hole 7, the hole he quadruple bogeyed in round 1 after shanking his tee shot into the trees and never really recovering. Already a much better start as he hits the fairway right down the middle. Yeah, he told us earlier this week he was very glad that he was able to come back and qualify for the Masters. He said as a little kid it's always been his favorite major. He just loves Augusta, like the pristineness. I don't even know if that's a word, but just how picturesque. It really is one of the great golf courses, and I don't know, Augusta National and the Masters just always had a special place in his heart, so he's glad to qualify. Probably not real thrilled with his first round, but he's off to a good start on the second round as he will miss a par, or no, not a par putt. I think that was only a birdie. And he'll make that for the par. Remains 3 over for the tournament, 3 under for the round. So, he's got to be glad to have a second chance at redemption on this round, make up for sort of his poor play in the first round, which really wasn't that bad. As Westwood birdie 6, and we got a tie for the lead right now. But Horn said coming into this week he just wanted to make the cut and maybe try and get in the top 25 here in his first major as a pro. But he's not too concerned about placement. He just wanted to be able to play on the weekend. And right now he's golfed himself in a position to do that. As the tee shot on hole number 8 is going to go right down the middle. 3:14 left to the pin here on this par 5. We'll see how close he can get to... Let's see how close he can get to the green here in 2. My guess is he's going to be short. And that's going to hit the rough, and that's just going to stop it. Not much more rolling after it hits the rough. And so now he's got to try and chip this on. Get somewhat close for a birdie. He's going to hit that one short. And will kick onto the green at least, but that's going to be a lengthy birdie putt coming up. I don't think he meant to hit it that short. Maybe just came up on it a little bit. I don't know. Just ever so slightly to affect that and make it short. He's going to try and just get this close for a 2 putt for a par. And wow, that was a good putt. 2 feet to the pin. For a second, it looked like he might have a chance to make that birdie. Instead, he will settle for the par and remain 3 under on his round 3 over for the tournament. So 3 pars in a row for Horn after birdieing 3 or 4 of his first 5 holes. A bit of a slower start. He's just chugging right along right now. Staying comfortably 3 under. Right now he's in a tie for 58th. And so in another couple holes maybe we'll check his progress compared to what the projected cut is. But for right now he's good. I really feel like another birdie at some point would go a long way toward helping to keep him in there. And that's a nice long drive. He hit that one 365 yards off the tee. Leaves him 124 to the pin. And this could be a chance maybe to get that other birdie he would need to get to 4 under on the round and 2 over for the tournament. Misjudging the wind a little bit there. That's going to be a lengthy birdie putt. We'll see if he can make it. 13 yards, that would be 39 feet. Yeah, try this birdie putt, and that's... Wow. What a putt. 2 feet from the pin. And that'll be an easy par there for Horn. Just got to knock it right in. And Horn does so. He finishes the front 9 3 under after birding 4 of the first 5 holes. He's 3 over for the tournament, and a tie for 59th right now as Westwood's taken over the top spot on the leaderboard after a Tiger bogey at 10. Oosthuizen's 2 under through 2 right now, so he's even par. He might have gone bogey birdie, who knows. Well, overall on his round, he's even through his first 2 holes. And Horn has hit the back 9 in good position to really solidify his spot in the weekend and make sure he's going to make this cut. A poor back 9 and things could get dicey. I remember last year as an amateur, Horn in the first round, it was either the 17th or the 18th hole. I don't really remember which now. But he triple bogeyed that. He was in contention most of the way to try and make a move. Just could never make that move on the second round, and he just missed out on the cut. Just barely missed the cut. Horn not wanting to do that again in his first major as a pro. Especially not the Masters one. That's been his favorite ever since he was a little kid. And the putt for birdie is going to come up short. That was a pretty good putt there. Should be able to knock home this par and remain 3 over through 10. So all in all, Horn is still in a good position. He got that hot start and he's avoided giving a ton of those shots back. Really, he went 2 birdies and then a bogey, but that bogey on 3 is his only blemish to this point. And then he birdied the 2 holes after that to get to 3 under for the tournament. Or 3 under for the round, 3 over for the tournament. And so, all things considered, barring a collapse here as we are starting Amen Corner, probably the most famous 3 holes in all of golf. It starts really with that second approach, that second shot, that approach onto the 11 green, then continues for the par 3 12th and the par 5 13th. As we will take a look at the leaderboard for the first time, the projected cut is 4 over right now. And so Horn in a tie for 59th is still in good shape there. We'll see what he can do here as he gets set to play Amen Corner. The tee shot is going to be ripped down the middle of the fairway. The wind's going to affect it obviously a bit and keep that one from going too far. 256 yards still is not that bad. And we'll see what he can do here with this second shot. 17-mile-an-hour wind. Just really not wanting to hit it into the water at all. With the wind blowing in his face, he may take a shot at trying to get this thing close to the green. It's unlikely he would hit it into the water with the wind blowing the way it is. And so he's going to load up, and that will find the green. It's going to roll out a little bit and leave him with 27 feet for a chance to make another birdie and get to that 2 over for the tournament 4 under round he was talking about prior to teeing off this morning. The birdie is going to come up and just a hair too much break. That's going to roll by a little bit, but still a chance to save par. Not dropping any shots. Horn's got to be okay with how he's with these birdie putts not falling, as long as he's able to finish off the par as he does there. But next comes hole 12, the par 3 where the wind is constantly moving and it's just really. Oh yeah, I don't know about real life because I've never been there, but at least in the game the wind is constantly moving around in circles, and so it's really hard to guess where to hit it because you don't want to be in the water, but you don't want to be way over or way to the left and out of bounds either. And so we will see what Horn can do right here. He's looking to try and wait for the wind to not, be further away from blowing in, but wait, it's turning around in a circle. This is not good. And Horn has found the water here on 12. He hit it when the wind was away from blowing in front of him. That ball hung up in the air long enough for the wind to come back to facing him, and he was in the water. His third shot's going to be over the green, and now he's chipping from the rough for bogey. He talked about avoiding the big holes, and that chip is going to find the flag. He's going to sink it, chip out, and only lose a shot. That was a huge, huge chip from Horn. It looks like a double, maybe even a triple bogey. Instead, Horn will get the bogey chip from off the green to fall. And so he's only going to lose a shot. That may turn out to be huge. Who knows how he finishes this round. But right now he's in a tie for 72nd. And so the cut still says 4 over, and usually, at least in real life, that means if the cut line is 4 over, that means they will take the people who are 4 over, and then I think maybe I can choose myself. I don't know, but I think he's got to get at least one more under right now because the cut says 4 over, and I think in real life that includes the number at the cut line. So if the cut is 2 over, they will take 2 over, and then anyone 3 over or worse would be cut. They wouldn't. I don't know if that's correct, so don't quote me on that. I'm not able to watch a ton of golf because we don't have the golf channel. So really, I just watch the majors. I would love to have the golf channel and be able to watch more, but I really don't. Alright, so Horn here on 13. He's found the green in 2, but he's way over. And he's going to try and lag this one into position to get a birdie. And he just hit that one way short. Wow. Wow. Needs him 38 feet still for a birdie try. And this may be a 3-putt and a par. Horn lining up for the putt. That looks good. Is that gonna... No, that's gonna be short. That was a pretty good putt too. Just a little bit more on it, maybe could have gotten the birdie to make up for his bogey at 12. Instead, he'll tap in 3-putt for a par, and he remains 4 over on the tournament. 2 under for his round. He's in a tie for 71st right now. As you take a look at the leaderboard, Tiger and Lee Westwood are tied for the lead at 4 under. Bird is 3 under. He's finally teed off. And Bubba Watson and Louis Oosthuizen are 2 under. They're in a tie for 4th right now. But Horn's concern isn't about any of the big names on the leaderboard. His concern is about making sure he gets in and makes the cut and is playing on the weekend. He can worry about trying to make a move to challenge the leads on Saturday if he should get there. I mean, the 3rd round is always called moving day for a reason. He just got to get there to put himself in a position to maybe make some noise on Saturday should it come to that. That chip is going to get in pretty close to the flag. Should be a reasonable birdie putt coming up for Horn to get back to 3 under for the day. 15 feet, in fact, to make a birdie here on the 14th hole. And man, that's a rare mistake. He just really misread that putt. So a rare mistake on the putting green today anyway from Horn. And he's going to take a 2-putt for a par. But that was a makeable putt. He must have just misread it for some reason. I don't know. So Horn remains 4 over in a tie for 71st. He's through 14, and this could come down to the wire. here in this second round of the Masters. Horn's fighting to make the cut. He got off to a hot start, but has cooled off since with no birdies and a bogey since hole number 5. He birdied hole 5 since then. He bogeyed 12 and has parred everything else. But he's got the final par 5 on this course right now. And with that wind really in his face, it may be tough to go for it in 2. He's right in position. He's going to be very close to the cut line, but a driver's probably not going to get there with the wind in his face. And so he's going to have to lay up and just try and chip it on. Try and chip and give himself a reasonable birdie putt. But you don't want to do anything trying to gain a chance at an eagle and end up hitting in the water, and then all of a sudden you're in big trouble. So with the wind in his face, he's going to shoot, aim for a little bit over, and that's going to kick up, trickle onto the green close to the hole. 6 feet left for a birdie for Horn. And he could get that shot back that he lost on 12 right here. This is one you do not want to miss. And Horn doesn't. He drains it right down the middle of the hole. He's back to 3 over for the tournament, 3 under for his round. And through 15, he's in a tie for 55th. So there must be a lot of people at 3 over right now if he went from 71st to 55th. That'd be what, 15 people? 16? So there might be 16 people at 3 over right now. The cut could move to 3 over. It seems to be staying at 4 over for the time being. And so that cut could reasonably move back to 3 over though. Just got to be careful, and that's going to be short and into the bunker. Played a bit too much break, played a bit too much wind. The wind didn't come back enough. But that's okay because that chip is going to leave pretty much a tap in for a par. So no harm, no foul from Horn here. Whoa! A rare mistake by Horn on the putting green. He had one when he missed a birdie there, but that was a give me for a par, and I don't know what happened. Horn just flew it right by the edge. He misses an easy par save, and so he's going to drop a shot back to 4 over in a tie for 70th. And so this is trouble for Horn. He's only got 2 holes left. If he wants to get that 4 under, he said he wanted in the prior to his round to really feel good about his chances of staying around on the weekend, as the cut still says 4 over. It still says 4 over. But I think to really feel good about making the cut, I think if he gets to 3 over, he'll be fine. It might move up to 3 over, but yeah, he should be fine. I mean, if the cut moves up to 3 over, he'd still be in a tie for 50-something. And it's the top 60 in ties, and so he should be fine. And that's not going to get the job done if he wants to get close and make a birdie on 17. Barring a crazy chip in from this distance, it'll come down to the 18th. Alright, so never mind. I just say a longer than you would probably like par putt, but this one's pretty much straight. There's almost no break to that. And so Horn will make the par putt, and he will head to the last right in the mix on that cut line. He's in a tie for 70th. I honestly think if he gets to 4 over, since it's saying tie for 70th, and or do they also do within 10 shots of the lead? Because some tournaments do like top 16 ties and then anyone within 10 shots of the lead. And right now, The cut is 4 over, but that's 8 shots. So, I don't know. All that Horn knows right now, though, is a birdie would really help his cause of staying around for the weekend. In fact, it might end up being necessary. If he does not birdie here, he just got to pray. I think right now he's on the outside looking in. And that is going to look close, but it's going to keep rolling. For a second, it looked like Horn would have a really good birdie chance, but he's on part of an upslope right now. There's a lot of break. It's only 15 feet, but he's already on a downhill slope with a lot of break, and this is not an easy putt. This is not an easy putt. And the putt is just a bit too much break. So Horn, he's got to make sure to make this putt first and foremost, and then he's going to have to pray. Horn is in at 4 over for the tournament, a 2 under second round. And what is the cut going to do? He's tied for 70th right now. We're going to wait a little bit, just sort of see some of the movements. Right now he's tied for 69th at 4 over, as you're just keeping an eye on it. Now he's tied for 65th. Now he's tied for 54th. Now he's tied for 62nd, and they're just going to skip ahead. And the cut moved down to 6 over. And so Horn will make the cut. He's going to be around on the weekend. His 2 under round is enough for him to make the cut. Jim Furyk may have made the cut. Jason Day is going to miss the cut. Ernie Els, another big name to miss the cut. But Horn does his job. He doesn't get the 4 under he said he thought he would need. Instead, 2 under was more than enough, as he could have bogeyed that last hole and still been fine. Like, he might have even been able to just shoot even and still make it. Just basing on my knowledge of what the cut is. I thought it was top 60, maybe it's top 70. I don't know, I think it sort of changes based on the tournament. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is Horn will make the cut in the Masters, his first major as a pro golfer. He missed the cut last year as an amateur. This year, he makes the cut, and he will be around for the weekend. We'll have to see if he can make any moves on moving day in the next round. But all that matters right now, he's in a tie for 46th at 4 over. And his job is done. He said coming in this week his goal was make the cut. He's done just that. We'll see if he can make any sort of a push toward the top of the leaderboard over the rest of the tournament. But he's made the cut. His goal is complete. And we'll just have to see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. I have a feeling Horn will be fine with it either way. But that'll do it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, everybody.